morning. It's Sandra Sunderlage, the third chapter at the end of week 11 of the casita renovation in Merida, Yucatan. And I'm starting this video off with something that unfortunate that has happened, and that is, this is the big hole where the septic was. The guys pried the lid off and they were digging down looking for a tank, and they never found one, which meant that that basically was not a tank at all but a cesspool. So we thought we could use this, and we thought it was actually for the entire house. And as you recall, drainage was put in place so that everything from the house and the casita could drain into this area. But we are now stuck with having to construct a septic tank, which the guys do here by hand and of course in concrete. In the States you can buy these things pre-made, but here they hand make them. So we have to take time out of our schedule to do this, and that's going to happen next week. So that's unfortunate, but that's kind of what I find really unfortunate, is that they didn't kind of pry this lid off at the beginning of the project instead of now, which is the end. Because if we knew that from the beginning, then we would have, routed the plumbing for the casita directly into it rather than, I don't know. Anyway, let's just, I'm not even going to think about it. That's just the way it is. It's also costing me another $1,100, so eats into my budget. Alrighty, so anyway, other than that, there was a lot of miscellaneous stuff that happened. You can kind of see how this area here has been completed last week. It was just done in block, and now they've got that all done in stucco. They also did that little bit of a retaining wall at the bottom of the step where the patio will be poured once we get into phase 2. Right now they're just going to hold that soil back and build it up a bit to form a base for the concrete. And all of this dirt now from the septic, some of it, well, a lot of it's already been moved up front. There's another mountain of debris forming up front, but anyway, that's the way it is. And as you can see, they've removed all that scaffolding and stuff, so that's a sign that things are coming to an end. But it's just another pullback that's going to add a few more days to the schedule. So we'll probably be done with all of this probably late August. Something that is kind of cute and fun that Arturo, the head mason, made for me was this little, I guess I'll call it a scupper. It's drainage off the patio up here where I'm standing. And I asked him, I need to drain that off, because right now the water was just kind of running onto the ledge and then dripping down. It was kind of staining the paint and everything. So he made this little thing by himself and put it in. He's very proud. He has a little hole in the bottom of it, so it'll just run down. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. So I figured maybe I can plant a tree or something down there so it'll get watered whenever it rains. Let's see, what else have we got going here? Like I said, that's the wall. So as you recall, that door and everything will come out in phase 2. You know what? I'm going to pull back a little bit. There we go. That's better. That door in that hallway will be pulled out of there so that all of that will be open, and then there'll be a roof over all of that, all the way over to where those boards are. So that'll be a really nice little space for the 2 bedrooms in the main house to spill out onto. Okay, and another exciting thing that happened was the windows in the upstairs have been, hang on a second, let me see if I can get it better. Yeah, whoop, 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 whoop. Now you can see them. So the windows have been put in the upstairs here at the studio, and the window above over here, you can kind of see that. So I really like the black, and it really confirms my wish to have the paint of this casita in more of a taupe color. I'm really struggling with that, and I asked Carlos if we could do a custom color, and he kind of frowned at me, but I kind of insisted. But at any rate, the windows have this funky little key from the outside, and then on the inside there's a screen. So, and then over here it closes, and then there's a screen over on this window, and then you have to open the screen up, which is a little awkward, so that you can close the actual window and lock it, and they all, yeah, so it automatically locks, which is great. So I'm really starting to feel like a room up here. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, and this is something I discovered, and I kind of saved this because it's pretty hilarious. And nomenclature with doors and stuff here, you have to be so careful when you communicate, because what the guys call out something as for, I don't know, anything in construction might be a completely different term than what you would use, say, in the States or even Asia. So, you know, I was saying that I wanted 2-meter doors everywhere, and what I meant by that was a 6'8" door height, which means the headspace is 6'8". Well, they kind of went, their way of measuring is that they include the frame. So by the time you include the frame, as you can see, that frame eats up quite a bit of dimension. And so I've got 75-inch high doors, which is a little low for a guy coming in, especially if he's 6'2", he's gonna have to duck his head. So that was something that I am calling lost in translation, and I just want to warn anybody who's thinking about doing this, renovating in Mexico or any country, to make sure that you're really clear about these sorts of things, because this is what has happened. And that's the same thing downstairs. Everything is really short. and Carlos is like 6'1", so he just barely scrapes under these doors. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I'm fine, but I do have some friends who are 6'2", and they're gonna have to duck. It'll be like walking into a cottage in England, I suppose. But anyway, so I'm just giving any people who, like I said, are thinking about maybe wanting to do what I'm doing a heads up on that, and just to make sure that everybody's absolutely clear what you mean by this. So that is another thing. I know there was a million zillion little things that happened this week, but these are the two biggies: the discovery of the septic and the windows, discovery, the height, and which is too late to fix. But going forward, we'll make sure that phase 2, the doors and the windows are appropriately are the appropriate height. They did a few things downstairs. Let me see here. I'm gonna take this key out because I want to hang on to it. Next week is going to be a lot of miscellaneous things that are going to happen. Oh, you know what? One of the good things about this whole debacle with the septic is that little pit there that doesn't have any pavers, that now we can put the pavers in, because we're not going to use that clean out. Because it seems as if they're going to be 2 septics. Now, Carlos believes that there is another septic up front, maybe under the portal somewhere, probably like where the future garage is going to go. So they're feeling like that that there's 2 septics to the house, and the second one, which is built with the original house, is probably under that portal. And then this back pit here, the cesspool, was just kind of, you know, higgledy-piggledy put in for the addition of the casita, which was really kind of done in a shoddy manner, but we've got it all tight now. So that means we're not going to use that pit, and we can finish the pavers next week. And then we won't have to have any kind of access panel, which is great. So there'll just be a continuous pattern all the way down. Oh, I know. They finished pouring the charcoal color concrete all the way to the front gate too. So that's been done. So that was done. And let's see if there's anything else I can think of down here. Just a lot of work. yeah, Yordi, who's the electrician plumber, whoops, they still have to put 2 more steps here, still a little dodgy. Walking over the pile of dirt. Yordi, the electrician, he did a lot of work here too. So he's got the box in place, which was there last week, but then, you know, he's getting it all set up for the water tanks. And then Chico did the stucco. And he did the stucco too. I'm trying to think if anything happened in here. Oh, I know. Yeah, Chico did make a bit of a mistake dimensionally. So these walls were back here. He had to add some dimension because we discovered that they weren't, this depth wasn't deep enough for the washer and dryer. So he was kind of grumping around. He got stuck having to do that. Since he made the mistake, he had to fix it. Anyway, I mean, a lot of things happened this past week, maybe too numerous for me to even talk about, but at any rate, we are into the, we're sliding into home base. We are a little bit out time-wise, but next week is going to see a terrific amount of work happening, including a new septic. Oh, the tiles are going to be in, so in the bathroom and the kitchen, so we'll be able to get that installed. So next week you'll be able to see the beautiful tile in the shower. This was all poured. This is that weird concrete detail they do, and it's ready to receive the vessel sink that'll be on top of it. And oh, what else? I'm thinking here. I am thinking, I'm just walking through the kitchen. Oh yeah, they got this little line patch. Now I'm hoping that we can scrub up that excess white so it isn't so delineated, because that's where they brought in the gas. Yeah, the stone guy, I guess, is supposed to come this week to measure for the stone, and then it's a matter of, oh, this wall will be tiled. The plaster guys are coming back so that they can plaster under the counter where the cabinets are going, because the cabinets don't have a back, I found out. So we have to finish the wall somehow, and it's not going to receive tile, it's going to receive plaster. And then they also will go through the entire casita and detail all of the areas that are kind of rough plaster-wise, you know, down on the floor, and anything like excess plaster that they need to knock off and smooth out and make beautiful. In any areas where maybe the hole is too big, you know, for a light fixture or something. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to just walk back down towards the front of the house, and I know I'm feeling a little bit discombobulated, because I do feel a bit discombobulated. It was kind of a whirlwind week, and but everything is kind of coming to fruition. Now, here's another thing that still needs to happen. They stuccoed all this, but Carlos is supposed to give them a design for how this housing for the water pump and electrical and stuff is going to work. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to have to remind him. And other than that, you can see the growing. Oh, and we have a little dove who's here snooping around. I think they go for the gravel. We got another mound of debris, and that'll even be bigger soon after next week once they get that septic done. Well, you're not afraid of me at all, are you, little dove? So I don't mean to leave you with an ending shot of a big pile of debris, but I am. So next week, it'll be the end of week 12. Lots of miscellaneous stuff will be happening, and yeah, so it's been a journey, and we will see you in 7 days. Thanks for watching.